Doing? On a recent trip to Knoxville, I had to go up there for a class for work for 2 days, but I ate at the Cheesecake Factory and I had a dish called chicken Madeira or Madeira. Don't know if I pronounced that right, but regardless, it's going to be mighty fine. And I wanted to come home, try to recreate this dish. I know it's not going to be exactly like their version, but this is going to be my version, guys, and I'm sure it's going to be good. So let's get started. Chicken breast for this recipe, because that's what it's called for. And I went ahead and got the thin sliced chicken breast. I did cheat a little bit. This is approximately 1.5 pounds, and it is a little more expensive, but I think it's worth it for me. So I'm going to get this out of the package. Got them out of the package. Rinse them off if you like. And we're going to hit them with some kosher salt. Get them all just a nice even coat. I'm going to use coarse black pepper. I'm out of the old cracked black pepper, so we're going to use this. Just give it a nice even coat of seasoning all over it. And we're just going to do this one side, and then once we get it in the pan, we will go ahead and season the other side. Just like that. Now I have my 11-inch Wolfgang Puck stainless steel skillet. I've added about a tablespoon of oil in there, and I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of all salted butter. And the dog decided to bark, so hope you all heard that. 1 tablespoon of oil, 2 tablespoons of butter. The oil will help prevent the butter from burning. And I have that over medium heat. Now it's starting to pop. Let's put this chicken in here. We're going to put it seasoning side down. If I can get a hold of it. Woo. Hear that sizzle? Now we're going to hit it with our cracked black pepper that's in a jar. The side that didn't get seasoned. Little kosher salt, baby. Use some sea salt if you want to. I wouldn't recommend using the table salt. Alright, now we're going to let that cook for probably about 2 to 3 minutes per side. It's looking like it's time to flip the chicken. You see how it's getting a little white around the edges? Brown on the other side. Give it all a flip. Let it go for another 2 to 3 minutes. I can't tell y'all how good this recipe is going to be. This is going to be some fine dining experience right here. You want to impress your friends, family, your date, your husband, your wife. You've got to cook this. So simple and so much flavor. So over here I have an 8-ounce package of white mushrooms. I'm going to be quartering all these mushrooms. I have about a medium-sized yellow onion. I'm only going to cut half this yellow onion, and I'm going to finely dice. This chicken cooked for probably about 3 minutes on each side, and this chicken is done. You can check it with a meat thermometer if you want to, but I wouldn't cook it no more than about 160 degrees because it will finish cooking in our sauce. Let's go ahead and pull this chicken out of that pan. We got our pan, chicken removed from the pan. Now we're going to add in about 1 tablespoon of butter. And we need all them drippings in there. I got the mushrooms cut up. We're going to go ahead and add them in there. And we'll have to bring our pan back up to heat. And you can see I just rough chopped these mushrooms, just quartered them up pretty much. Now to the pan, I chopped up half of that onion, and I fined it up, or diced it up pretty finely, y'all. So it's going in. Just half the onion. Just get that stirred around. Get it all incorporated real good and just let it cook up over about medium-low heat. cook down. Now I'm going to add in 2 cloves of finely diced fresh garlic. Something y'all don't see me use a lot, but try to do a little gourmet cooking here today. Put that in there because we don't want the garlic to burn. We're just going to cook that garlic around for just about a minute or 2 just to get the fragrancy of the garlic out. Cooking for about a minute or so with that garlic in there. I'm going to remove these from the pan so we can get on with our next step. Now this is what makes this dish, and it makes it mighty fine. Madeira wine. Cannot skip that step. Woo! Ow, hot. Going in with about 1.5 cups of that. And we're going to bring that up to kind of a boil, and we're going to let that boil and reduce to half. Let's see if it'll catch fire. Woo! Hell yeah! I blew her out, but that was fun. And here's one of our next steps. I got some fresh asparagus. And we're going to blanch this in boiling water for about 2 to 3 minutes. But I'm going to cut off these hard stems. I'm just going to cut them off about right there in front of that Band-Aid. Think that'll be good. And so I am going to remove the rubber bands and wash these things under water. The wine is reducing. I'm adding in 1.5 cups of water. And to make our beef broth, we're using better than bouillon, guys. Good stuff. Good old spoonful of it in there. And this stuff is salty, so watch your salt when you're making it. Or you can just use regular chicken broth in the jars or the cardboard containers. Those are still just as good. Stir that beef broth, make sure it gets in that beef base. Make sure it gets incorporated real good. And then again, we're going to keep this up to a boil and reduce it by half again. Could go ahead and add in just a little bit more cracked black pepper, because I love pepper. Just a little bit, don't go too hard on it. Turn the heat down to about medium-low. And going for about 5 minutes with the broth, and it has reduced down some, so we're going to add in heavy whipping cream, about 1/2 cup or so, just like that. And we're going to give it a stir, and we're going to let it simmer for probably 3 or 4 minutes until it thickens up a little bit, which it's not going to be a real thick sauce to begin with. It's not meant to be. Amazing flavor sauce that is over the top delicious. I'm going to turn my heat off because this sauce is ready. Let's add all of our good old chicken in there. Throw some of that juice that we had from the chicken resting in it. For now, I'm going to move this to the side so I can blanch my asparagus, because this is the only eye that gets hot. Get that to a boil. Add a little pinch of salt to it. It is starting to come up to a boil, and we're just blanching these asparagus in here. Once it comes up to a full boil, they'll only take about 2 minutes. The asparagus is boiling for about 3 or 4 minutes, and look at that. They're getting soft. They're vibrant green. So let's go ahead and pull these off and put them on some paper towels. Good. Probably could have used a little more chicken, or probably could have pounded that out a little bit more. But we're going to take these onions, mushrooms, and just put a good portion over each chicken. Just like that. Ain't gonna hurt if some falls down in that gravy. Need some of that down in that gravy too. Oh yeah. Now I have my broiler heated on high because I want this cheese to get golden brown. We're going to take some asparagus, put it on each chicken. This probably won't look as pretty as some of them you've seen, but I think it's going to look pretty dang pretty myself. But I'm just going to lay these asparagus out through there like that. Probably lay some on the side. God, I love asparagus. Asparagus is one of them things that, I don't know, more people need to try them because they are delicious. Especially in dishes like this. I'm using the Sargento mozzarella cheese slices is what I'm using for this. You can certainly use shredded. And I'm just going to put cheese all over it. Try to get it on each one of the chicken breasts. But I'm pretty much just going to layer this over this whole pan. I want a bunch of cheese on there and I want to get it good and melted. Let's just put it on there real good, y'all. Just like that, the whole dang thing. Let's rip some up and just put it like that. 11 slices and 8 ounces total of mozzarella cheese. I have my broiler set on high because I want to get the top of this nice and golden brown. I'm just going to go ahead and say that looks freaking outstanding. The top is golden brown. And I finally diced some Parmesan, or not Parmesan, this is friggin' parsley. I'm going to sprinkle over the top of it just to make it look pretty, give it more color. Just simple things like that can make a dish just look so wonderful. Oh yeah. Now let's get a piece of this chicken right here. You know you can serve this over mashed potatoes, pasta, rice, whatever you like, but I know at the Cheesecake Factory they serve it over mashed potatoes, but I'm just going to serve it just like this today. Dang, cheese is going all over the place. We'll have to make that plate look a little prettier. Our good old fancy plate, look at there. And like I said, serve it over mashed potatoes. It is best over mashed potatoes, but I'm going for a little healthier option today and avoiding the mashed potatoes. Beautiful dish. Like I said, I'm just going with the chicken and the asparagus today because I think it's pretty friggin' healthy. Don't need all them taters, even though the taters go good to soak up them juices or that gravy, which is a pretty thin gravy. Let's give this a try. Chicken, asparagus. Let's get one of them mushrooms. God, I'm gonna tell you that first bite was pretty dang good. Let's see. Chicken is nice and juicy. Alright, the conclusion to the dish. This right here is, I think, a fine dining dish. If you cook this for your friends and family, they would love it. Cook it for your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, and they are going to be highly impressed with you. Now, does it taste just like the Cheesecake Factory chicken Madeira? Probably not, but it is pretty dang close. And you can make an amazing product at home using this recipe. Like I said before, just serve it with some mashed potatoes, maybe some pasta noodles, and you'll be all set. But that sure is mighty fine, guys. And like I said before, I appreciate all the subscribers. I hope everyone continues to keep subscribing, liking the videos, sharing the videos, and giving me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all again for another episode.